Okay, we're going to do an installation of the SpeedyMoto clutch saver for the Triumph 675 and 675 models like the Street Triple. First we're going to start off by taking these three bolts off. We want an 8mm deep socket for that. The deep socket will help clear the bodywork so you don't damage it while disassembling. Might as well just start with this. I actually like to leave the socket on there. Kind of gives me a little better access, a little bit more grip. I don't take it all the way off. With that, I'll come in with my hand and take the rest of the way off. Be careful not to drop it down in the bodywork. These aren't on very tight. It doesn't take much to get them off. Once those are off, we're going to be mounting the SpeedyMoto clutch saver plate back on there. So we're using the supplied 6x35mm bolts. We'll just kind of start with the top one, and we don't need to put it on really tight, so just put it on there loosely. It'll kind of help with the second part here, which is adding this 5mm spacer underneath here. Again, being careful not to drop it down in the bodywork. Another 35mm bolt. Zip that down there. And then the last bolt is a longer 75mm, and it goes through the spacer that's provided. So kind of put the spacer back there first, throw that M6x75 back in there. Once they're in there, we kind of check for fitment, although we know it's going to fit well. We've got a nice machined curve right here that matches the stock engine case, with plenty of room in the back there for clearance. Once those are on there, we want to use our 5mm Allen. You can use a T-handle or Allen, doesn't really matter. I just like using the T-handle because it gets it's a little safer. Keeps my tool away from the bodywork again. These don't have to go too tight. I think they're like 10 foot-pounds or something like that, 8 to 10 foot-pounds. The last component is the slider itself. So slider, insert, and 8mm bolt. We use our 6mm Allen. Go ahead and thread that on. Get it so it's centered. And we'll tighten this one down just a little bit more because it's an 8mm and we can. I think it's about 12, maybe 14 foot-pounds at the most. And that's it. Clutch saver is installed and protects all of the vulnerable parts on the right side of your Triumph, including that clutch actuator lever.